Shalom, my name is Yehoshua Yaakov. Let's see if the video is, yeah, okay. My name is Yehoshua Yaakov. I'm a didactic scientist. I'm making this video from Jerusalem. Okay, it's a comment on Rove's accusation that Barack Obama is arrogant. First, from my observations, I'm a didactic science, the author of Humanomnics, and the new East-West convergence model. I'm going to say some things in this video that will put things in perspective. Arrogant he's not, self-confident very much so, very definitely, and there's very great credit that he's deserving of very great credit. But even more particularly Ann Dunham, of blessed memory, his mother, absolutely the most credit. Really, what we see is an anthropological humanist, and the traditional spiritualist on an intuitive level of the father. You have a very unique combination in the Barack Obama, a very special young man, very highly moral and ethical, very intelligent, very capable. He'll make a great president. Okay, he's got to grow. Now some hard facts, and we'll put these facts in a context. The context is where are we today? 18 years have passed since the beginning of the collapse of local reality. What does it mean? It means the end of man and mankind's exile. Collapse of local reality means on four levels: on the psychosocial, the behavioral, the cognitive, and psycholinguistic level. That means in relation to individuals, families, communities, and nations. Okay, so the East-West system on the psychosocial level has collapsed. Communism beginning in 1991, next year Yugoslavia, 1995 Zionism in Israel, Iraq, the Ba'athist regime in 2003, Harari, etc. Okay, 2001, the collapse. Okay, so going around the world, okay, and the 4 or 5 African countries is more. Okay, so the collapse of local reality is what? It's the end of giving to receive. I give, I get. The anthropologic, psychological, sociological model of man's mind was given to receive. It's finished. It's collapsed. Okay, that's the context of the way we have to see Barack Obama. And there's another context. Quote: "We're all angry children, the children of angry children, destined to bring angry children. The only question is the degree of expression of that anger." Okay, that's the condition. That's the context and condition of that. Has ended. Exile is ended. So what do? Well, when we awaken to ground zero in the personal, particular sense of our lives, if we were the family that lost, there were 2,700 people lost their loved ones on 9/11, there'd be anger, denial, negotiation. Well, the analog of redemption of man and mankind, we move from behavioral man to cognitive being. Okay. When you collapse the local reality, you have the quantum reality. This is one problem. Man's denial is blocking that ascent in between. We can't ascend. Okay, we're blocked. Okay, we're between the top and the bottom. Okay, exile, the local reality is no more. It's collapsed. It's finished. The quantum reality is receiving to give. Receiving what? Receiving the authentic you to give the authentic you to who? The authentic you. To your children, to your family, your community, your nation, all mankind. This is the quantum reality. Okay, we're not yet inhabiting it. Okay, so Barack Obama, he's not inhabiting it. So this statement is specious and irrelevant. Karl Rove, he's arrogant. He's not arrogant. In fact, I think he's remarkably humble, all things being equal. Of course, he's proud and he's enjoying it. You ever see him play 3-on-3 basketball? Very confident, very good shooter too. Having said all of this, let's put this all in perspective. Barack Obama is going to face the wake-up call of his life. Heaven will impose, and I'm theorizing, but I believe heaven will impose the collapse of the local reality in personal and particular terms with the election of him as president, because The economy is in free fall. The G9 is in meltdown. The world capital markets are in meltdown. The fundamentals of unemployment are massive. So what does he have to do? He has to do three things, major things simultaneously. He has to literally transform himself from a behavioral being, a behavioral mammal, to a cognitive being, because of the end of men and mankind's exile. He has to go from giving to receive, to receive to give. He doesn't even know about this yet, and so does Michelle Obama. She made a slip recently that showed this is an emergent need. Now, Barack Obama needs this as well. So let me put in perspective Karl Rove. I don't agree that he's arrogant, but I do very much see that he has a need to ascend the learning curve of the collapse of the local reality that was giving to receive, to inhabit the quantum reality and receive to give, and that means understanding this process. And this process is the paradox to dilemma to dichotomy access, where he undertakes identity resolution. And this requires deconstruction of ground zero, deprogramming, restoration and healing. This is called identity resolution. Now, these are things he doesn't know anything about. So he's going to struggle with this, but he's very smart. He's a quick study. He's going to learn it. He's going to have to lead himself, his wife and he both, the family, community, nation, and the world, for that matter. I think he's capable of it, and I think he has the humility as well. So we pray for his blessing and safe passage in the ascent of man from a mammalian being to cognitive human. And this is from giving to receive, to receiving to give. So who is this guy talking from Jerusalem, about what the next president, next leader of the free world should do? Well, the Zeitgeist is the one who God blesses to receive what is the spirit of the generation. And I've had that blessing since I was a young boy, and I had to forego comfort and a 9-room house and $30–40 million of net worth, and come up to Israel and be pummeled and you name it, by all of these angry little children here, and so on and so on and so on, and go through a great deal. But thank God, we've survived, and there's a great challenge. Okay, Israel is in denial, the collapse of local reality, and when that denial ends, we have to deconstruct ground zero on the national level, and then deprogramming comes next, and that's deprogramming the mind of man's exile. Zionism. What was Zionism? Zionism was communism. That's why it collapsed. And then we have to restore the authentic singular bigger self, the authentic person. We have to define the central organizing principle of the Jewish people and of mankind, and that's Humanomnics in general, Receive to Give in particular. So that is where we are, folks, and that's where Barack Obama is, and that's where America is. And then comes the second major thing that Barack Obama has to do, and he has to transform the structure of the American economy. He has to transform himself, his family, his community, his nation, in terms of the redemption of man and mankind, or in secular terms or secular parlance, the movement from the pre-modern modern era to post-modernity, based upon the new cognitive behavioral science, first principle receiving to give. Okay, I'm Yehoshua. I'm the author of the trilogy Humanomnics and Central Organizing Principle Receiving to Give. And this is what Barack Obama has to do, and Michelle has got to help him, and she's his most trusted advisor. So, Michelle, get to work, and thank you for listening. I'm the didactic scientist, Yehoshua Yaakov Ben, formerly Michael O'Donnell. When you have a father who is anthropological humanist, and a mother that's a traditional spiritualist, you combine the two. As Michael O'Donnell, and my mother's Jewish roots as an adult causes me to return to live in Jerusalem. Thank you for listening.